So I'm excited about college football. I know you guys are, but we just don't want the summer to end. So we'll give you a preview, a look ahead without the weather changing.
Nah, just get us to Labor
Into
Day.
the great games in September, the start the season, most intriguing September games. Let's start with LSU versus Florida State. That is a 7:30 kickoff on September 3rd on ESPN.
It's a great matchup.
Is that the Labor Day game?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta?
They played each other last year, too.
Yeah, they should be in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just...
Couple teams coming off double-digit win seasons. Their quarterbacks are back. That's a great game.
I'm sorry, this is not in Atlanta. This is in Orlando.
Oh.
Okay. Again, I wish it was on a college campus, but whatever.
Honestly, LSU is my sleeper team.
Okay.
To win it all. Sorry, Kenny.
I don't hate that.
Winning 3 in a row, I think it's going to be very difficult for Georgia to do. They can restock. They can reload. But I look at the fact that LSU will have a quarterback who has experience. Georgia and Alabama do not. So, Florida State, I never know what Florida State is.
I know, and they've been such a disappointment in the post-Jimbo years, but it feels like last year Norvell broke through. They bring back a lot in the trenches. They've got their quarterback. They're among the leaders in returning production.
And Keon Coleman will be be for the next 8-9 months.
All right, there you go. But I'm with you on LSU. It's not just their quarterback and coach.
You see the look Kenny giving me?
Why? Kenny, you're not. The Georgia Bulldogs aren't the only good team in the South.
I know. That's what I was trying to tell you guys, but apparently the SEC is overrated. Rico's got LSU doing something. Interesting. Real interesting, Rico.
Wow. You know what? You just can't give people their flowers. Everybody's offended.
I know. LSU on defense. Harold Perkins, big-time player last year. Mason Smith on the defensive line.
I didn't think, Brian Kelly could pull it off. But he is. Jaden Daniels, quarterback. Like he wasn't that great at Arizona State, but he started to come along.
He brought the family all together.
I mean, kind of like Joe Milton appears to be that guy at Tennessee. We all wrote him off here in the state of Michigan.
Yep.
So, yeah, LSU, I think, is that team.
It's a good matchup. What else, David? Right. Thank you.
Let's go to week 2 of the college football season. Texas at Alabama. 7 p.m. kickoff on ESPN.
Clearly, the storyline here is last year, Texas nearly pulled off the upset, but now they got to go to the belly of the beast in Tuscaloosa. This is fun because it's on the college campuses as opposed to some of these other early season neutral sites.
Yeah. And
Quinn Ewers
should have won the game. He doesn't get knocked out. They win that game. Bryce Young literally put the team on his back at the end.
He covered up for a lot of mistakes on the Bama team. They lost 2 games, could have easily lost a couple more. The question is, they don't have Bryce Young. I know Saban reloads, but are they vulnerable to a Longhorn upset? I think so.
And I don't know. Longhorns don't have a lot of their players either. So
they got former Michigan receiver Xavier Worthy.
But Bijan's gone, right? Have you seen him run?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, walking into Bryant Denny Stadium, yeah, I don't see that happening. But I'm looking forward to it.
I'll take the points.
Week 4 matchup. Ohio State at Notre Dame. That is a 7:30 kickoff on NBC.
Where's the game at?
At Notre Dame.
Okay. Touchdown Jesus.
Wow, maybe we should go to that game.
Sam Hartman getting himself a shot against Ohio State.
See, Ohio State's kind of like that Georgia, Alabama. There's so many question marks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who your quarterback is. I don't know a lot. I would say right now, Notre Dame probably would have the advantage in that game.
I think they have the better O-line. Ohio State's replacing a couple NFL tackles, but there's also something about Ohio State. There's maybe a handful of schools in this category. Doesn't matter. Rinse, repeat, reload. Georgia's one of those teams. Rinse, repeat, reload.
See, I used to think that about Ohio State until their defense fell off. Because it used to be, they're going to have another top 5 pick on the defensive line. This Bosa kid went down. Who's this Chase Young? This guy. But all of a sudden, their defense has not been the same.
I'll tell you
they haven't been able to. The corners, they were putting
right.
corners in the league.
They were corner you. It was like a couple corners every year, and I think it ended right when the Lions took Jeff Okudah. That's neither here nor there. What makes it interesting is the game is not at the Horseshoe. They got to go on the road against a capable Notre Dame team. It's a good matchup.
Week 3 matchup, Tennessee at Florida, 7 o'clock kickoff on ESPN.
I know this is a rivalry. I don't put it on the category of these other games we've talked about. Do you? I think every game we've talked about is a better matchup.
That game used to mean something.
Yeah.
Back when Steve Spurrier said you can't spell citrus without UT.
So good.
Wow, that's such a long time ago.
David, because it was the funniest thing ever. Like, wow. Normally, coaches give you coach speak. We're going to take it one game at a time. That's a great team over there. He basically was like, yeah, we don't worry about them. They'll be in the Citrus Bowl. Can't spell citrus out UT.
Both teams are placing quarterbacks. Tennessee's got Joe Milton sliding in for Hendon Hooker. I don't even know who Florida's quarterback is. Didn't they get an Ohio State transfer? Something like that.
Yeah, I'm not really.
It's not Anthony Richardson is who their quarterback is.
Yeah, this is a game where you'll watch, but it's not as intriguing as the other games you gave us, David.
Yeah, and I'll give you a final one, which you're probably going to say the same thing about. It is USC at Colorado on September 30th. There's no time or network yet.
You kind of saw a little bit of that in a different sport if you watched the Nuggets take on the Heat, or if you watch the Heat in Game 7 against the Celtics. That game is going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly fast. That's just for everybody who's a Deion hater. They're going to love this game because, my goodness, they're going to get trashed.
I think Deion can do it, but it's not going to look pretty year one. And there's going to be some ugly games on the schedule.
And don't get me wrong, he has players. They have no depth.
Correct.
You had over 60 people leave your program.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody rolls an ankle, man, you better hurry up and tape them back up and get them out there.
So let's finish this off here with a Phil Steele early top 10. So I don't need you to guess the place. Give me 2 teams, 2 colleges that you think would be.
See if we can get all these.
10.
So, the obvious one, Georgia, Michigan.
Okay.
Not Georgia, Alabama, Georgia, Michigan. That's that Chippewa over there that swears up and down he loves him. Okay,
I think they're
fine.
going to end up being 1 and 2 preseason.
I'll take Alabama, Ohio State.
All right. You all just got the top 4. Georgia's 1, Bama 2, OSU 3, Michigan 4.
2 more.
This is projected, of course.
LSU, USC.
LSU 6, USC 9.
Okay.
Washington, Notre Dame.
And on Washington, Notre Dame is number 10.
Washington's not in there?
Remember, this is just a projection. So Washington may end up being there.
Okay,
We'll
so
see.
you know what? I should just stick with the hits. Notre Dame. You know what? Texas.
They should
Texas is not in his projected top 10.
Okay.
He's going to make us work.
Florida State.
Florida State, number 7. You got 2 more.
Penn State.
Penn State's number 5.
That's a good one.
Good answer.
Last one. You want a hint?
Just tell us.
It is Clemson.
Oh, yeah. I told you, they fell off last year. Didn't I tell you they was going to fall off?
You did. I mean,
just like Georgia this year.
Critical of a white coach. How dare you be critical of a white
You know what? Dabo, he's fake white.
coach? That is your college football blitz.